Alrighty, guys, we're back for Roar of Eshki, and this is a Dragonstorm Standard brew, and I'm Red Cat. Let's briefly go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked. But first things first, this was a suggestion down in the comments, so thank you so much for the suggestion. It's gonna be a fun one. It was essentially just to try out Eshki Dragonclaw, so that's what we're gonna do, making the cut as a 3 of. It's a legendary creature. A 4 mana 4/4 Vigilance, Trample, Ward 1. Also rocking Temur colors in that casting cost. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you cast both a creature spell and a non-creature spell this turn, draw a card and put two +1/+1 counters on Eshki Dragonclaw. That is actually a pretty decent ability. Now the question is, are we going to be able to cast both a non-creature spell and a creature spell all in the same turn? Well, that's what the deck list is trying to do. We're going to start by making those spells a little cheaper with Temur Battlecrier. All 4 of them packed in. It's a 3 mana, 4/3, rocking Temur colors up there during your turn. Spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for each creature you control with power 4 or greater. Yeah, it doesn't even say each other creature, so it includes itself, which is actually pretty wild, man. There's a lot of things that we would love to make cheaper with Temur Battlecrier, of course, like how about Nature's Rhythm, for example? X and double green sorcery, search your library for a creature card with mana value X or less, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Also has that harmonize for X and quadruple green, which honestly might come in handy. So there's like a curve where we have a turn 3 Battlecrier into a turn 4 Battlecrier from our deck list with the Nature's Rhythm, right? Because it's X is 3, that would cost 5 mana, but it costs 1 less thanks to our first Battlecrier. So you could go X is 3 on turn 4 with your 4 mana, grab another Battlecrier, make everything even cheaper in your hand, which is actually really neat, right? I don't know how often that's going to come into play. Just thought I'd bring it up real quick. Also in this deck list, guys, we kind of have a dinosaur theme going on. We have 4 Regal Imperiosaurs. There's a card that'll help out with that Battlecrier, right? Because it has 5 power. A 5/4, guys, for 3 mana. Still crazy every time I look at this card. Other dinosaurs you control get +1/+1. Which will come in handy because we have other dinos packed in, like a couple Hulking Raptors. Pretty decent ramp, and that Ward 2 really does come in handy. The bane of this card's existence right now is Nowhere to Run, which unfortunately we are seeing a lot of, but I still think the 2 of makes sense. Got a couple Agonasaur Rex here too. The cycling really coming in handy for protecting our important creatures, or protecting Battlecrier, which does have a huge target on its back. We also have a top-end Etali, because making this cheaper with the Battlecrier is going to be all too easy, right? Let's get a 3 mana Etali today, huh? Let's try it. We have more top end. It's not a dinosaur, but it's Ureni, the song Unending. Did I pronounce that right? It's a 8 mana 10/10, rocking Temur colors up there. Legendary creature, flying, protection from white, protection from black. Okay, when it enters, it deals X damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures and or planeswalkers your opponents control, where X is the number of lands you control, which honestly might not be too many lands if we're making this cost cheap with Battlecrier, right? So we'll see. It's still going to be a chunk of damage probably. All right, what else do we have packed in? Well, we need non-creature spells, or more non-creature spells to make sure we're working well with the Dragonclaw. We got Roar of the Endless Song. It's 5 mana Temur colors. For the first 2 chapters of this saga, you get a 5/5 green elephant creature token. Chapter 3, double the power and toughness of each creature you control until end of turn. Honestly, I just want to see what this does. I just want to see it do the thing today, or maybe it won't do the thing. Maybe we'll talk more about that in the final thoughts. Now, really pairing with the Dragonclaw, we have a little bit of a battle theme going on in here. Invasion of Zendikar making the cut as a 1 of. We have Nahiri's Warcrafting, which can hit battles for 5 damage, which is going to be important. We have Invasion of Regatha, which can also hit battles for 4 damage, right? And we have 4 Invasion of Ixalans too. This is a 2 mana 4 defense counters. Battle Siege, when it enters, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a permanent card from among them, put it into your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Now, how it reads here is so damage removes defense counters, of course. Now, when the last counter is removed, you exile it, then you cast it transformed. So it does specify that you are casting them. So if you have like Invasion of Ixalan on the board, you go Invasion of Regatha, hit it for 4 damage. There's your non-creature spell. Now you're flipping this into Belligerent Regisaur, which you're casting. There's your creature spell, right? Similar concept to casting Warcrafting, that's your non-creature spell. Hit any of these, right? Even the Invasion of Regatha with its 5 defense counters. You flip it into the creature side, Disciples of the Inferno. Now you cast a creature and a non-creature. So yeah, it's kind of cool little combo with the Dragonclaw. I'm interested to see how much the battles are actually going to do today. I actually think Invasion of Ixalan is a little bit underplayed. Finding a permanent top 5 cards is no joke. You can find a land that you need, help you mana fix, like, I don't know. I'm hoping it does a lot. And then Regisaur is, of course, a dinosaur, so it works well with the Imperiosaur. Speaking of dinosaurs, we also have a Tyrox here. It's a 2-mana 4/1 legendary creature. It's a dinosaur warrior, so fitting the dinosaur theme, more importantly, fitting the ferocious theme for the Temur Battlecrier with its 4 power. So you could curve out Tyrox into turn 3 Temur Battlecrier. Now you already have 2 creatures power 4 or greater. So your cards next turn cost 2 less to cast. So even if you miss mana, you could have like a Roar of the Endless song or something, right? So you're asking for a lot because you still need your creatures to survive somehow too. The mana base, guys, I'm going to take the time in the final thoughts to go over this complex mana base. I promise I thought it through, and I actually don't think it's going to hold us up, but we'll see. We'll see. No honorable mentions today either. This was packed full of cards, and at that point, that means we could put this deck list together multiple ways. I dropped all the honorable mentions, and that's where I ask you guys, at the very least, what should have made the cut as an honorable mention? Let me know in the comments. Ooh, buddy, this was a hard one to go over. Hopefully, I went over it well enough. Either way, we saved the more in-depth discussion for the end of the video, so look forward to that. In the meantime, let's go ahead, take this into some ranked, see how we do. All right, we'll see if we can get right into that first game. Heck yeah, we do. In the meantime, what am I expecting from the build? I don't know, dude. I don't know. Maybe good? Maybe jank? Question mark? It's all in the air, bro. It's all in the air. Honestly, I guess it'll depend if the mana lines up for us. If we don't have any issues with the mana, we got a lot of good cards packed in, so... look, we don't have a blue source. I took a lot of time setting up that mana base. I think we'll be okay. We could also find any of our 4 Invasion of Regatha to help us find the blue. Opponent goes first, which is concerning because this is a pretty slow hand, but I got to be 100% with you guys. All the hands are probably going to be pretty slow. So start with the Surveil, try to find that blue source. Invasion of Ixalan staying on top, dude. Heck yeah. Now we'll find that blue source. Helpful Hunter. He's a kitty cat. Hi. All right. Find that blue source. Top 5 cards is a chunk of cards, dude. All right. Man, I like that Agonasaur Rex too, but it's definitely blue source to hand as we want to get ready for the Battlecrier. It's too bad it's a tapped land, but we have a lot of tapped land packed in, so. We could skip it for now too. We could go forest and get a blocker down, which could be pretty important. Okay, down to 19. The Invasion of Regatha could also come down for the turn. Get the Regisaur ready and pop one of the Helpful Hunters. It's actually pretty good, right? I'd like to make everything cost cheaper for the Battlecrier, but that's not till next turn. We better establish. And instead of Regal Imperiosaur, we're going to do this thing right here, right now. So battle and then Helpful Hunter. All right. Belligerent Regisaur. Cool stuff, man. So whenever you cast a spell, it gains indestructible until end of turn, so they want to pop it on their turn for sure. Hopeless Nightmare. We can successfully ditch the forest because I like everything else here, and if we desperately need more mana, Invasion of Ixalan would be fine. Oh, Temporary Lockdown. Nice. That's a way to get rid of our 4/3. Oh, Frostcliff Siege. Did I go over this at the beginning? I don't think I did, actually. Well, that's okay. That's a pretty good one. Invasion of Zendikar. I'm going to keep it. I want more mana on the board. I want more mana fixing too, so I hope that's okay. Now, I'm going to establish the Regal Imperiosaur, and maybe we have a swing into the Regatha. This is nice. I'm liking this setup so far. Oh, the Nurturing Pixie bounced the temporary lockdown, but it doesn't pick up the Imperiosaur, but also we get the ETB on the Invasion. It's actually pretty cool. Roar of the Endless Song. Oh, I really want to see that do something. Oh, I like so much of this. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, I'm going to go... Okay, their temporary lockdown picks up the tokens. I like so much of this. I'm actually going to take Hulking Raptor. No, they definitely are running nowhere to run in there, right? Just go Invasion of Ixalan and be happy about it. Oh, we have to discard a card anyways. What do I discard? The Nature's Rhythm has harmonized. The thing about Nature's Rhythm, though, is once the Battlecrier is on the board, if we can actually get it to stick around, then this could have grabbed us pretty much anything out of the deck list, but I don't know. I kind of... Oh, Momentum Breaker pops the Imperiosaur. Okay, the opponent's deck list is officially terrifying. Holy cow, dude. Another blue source. That's great news, because now... Well, first of all... 1, 2... Oh, we're still... Wait, blue, red... We only need one... What am I doing here? We need the blue, then we need the red, then the forest. So we actually don't have the other red source for the Frostcleave. That's okay, though, because we can still get Battlecrier down and dump all the invasions, which we want to do in that order, right? Yeah, we want to establish that, get this down. Eshki. Hi. Yeah. Let's get it. Get it to hand, get it ready. Invasion. Another Eshki. Fabled Passage. We can start doing some deck thinning. I think another red source would be good on this board. But now we have another blue source too. Second Eshki, we could get around some removal. I think some deck thinning could be good. I'm gonna grab the Fabled Passage. We might have to discard it anyway, so temporary lockdown. This is hilarious, dude. At least we're getting something from this because of the invasions. Also, yeah. So we have to sacrifice the Battlecrier, which is a shame. That's going to be tough to get around, man. That's going to be very tough. Wait, did they have Pixie on board already? Should they have swung with Pixie first? Or am I missing something? Okay, Frostcliff Siege number 2 is probably not terrible over the extra mana. We're probably going to discard the Fabled Passage. The song will probably get sacrificed to a Momentum Breaker. I think I'd prefer Invasion of Regatha. It's tough, though. It's tough. Yeah, we're about to lose Battlecrier, so we can't think of these as... Oh, there's another Battlecrier, though. So let's discard one of the Frostcliff Siege, then, and keep the Fable so we can double down on multiple spells next turn, which is hopefully Battlecrier and Dragonclaw. As long as I find the right mana, which we have double blue, double red. So we just grab another red source on Fable. We should be fine. Hopefully I'm thinking that through well enough. Yeah, temporary lockdown's back in hand. They're ready to go ahead, pick it all up again. There's another untapped source too. But like I said, I'm ready for some deck thinning, so let's do that now. And get the Battlecrier down, make sure we still have what we need. Oh, we're running out of basics, guys. Yep. Battlecrier comes down. Establishing 2 creatures for when Momentum Breaker inevitably hits the table again is pretty good. I also don't mind. I don't mind the setup here with... No, we should get the creatures down. I was going to say, given this haste, but I don't know when... I don't know what I'm doing. This is really hard. This is a hard deck list to play right now, especially versus what we're up against, because it really kind of makes you rearrange how to play Magic a little bit, you know what I mean? luckily, Invasion of Ixalan being such an excellent ETB, at least we're kind of keeping our hand nice and stocked up. But they are going to swing with the Pixies this time. We're down to 10. We're kind of in danger because the Hopeless Nightmares and everything, one of the main win conditions. So we got to hope that they're missing another Pixie. If they have third Pixie, we're in danger, dude. For real. Because Momentum Breaker, I'll try to keep the Dragonclaw. But, let's see. Let's see what they do. Because we have Invasion of Regatha, which does not get popped by the other Invasion of Regatha. But we can pop a Regisaur. Oh no, guys. Oh no. They're rocking 8 Pixies in this deck list, huh? Yeah, this new Sun Pearl. Holy cow, dude. Holy cow. Again, thank goodness for Invasion, but we're in danger, bro. All right. What are we grabbing here on the invasions? So we're really low on basics at this point. I'll grab one of the Urenis, if that's how we pronounce it. Don't know. Oh, another Battlecrier. Nice. That's good. And another Invasion of Regatha, too. More mana. Invasion of Regatha. Probably draw more mana next turn. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Battlecrier's the discard. I don't need this Verge, right? I'm pretty sure I'm going to draw more mana next turn anyways. Alright, so we sacrifice Temur Battlecrier, which breaks my heart. Now we could have kept it, sacrificed the Dragonclaw, but Dragonclaw is the main build around. We could have potentially got the song Unending down, but then what's another Momentum Breaker play from the opponent's hand when they're keeping their hand nice and stocked up easily here, easily. All right. Yeah, dude, there's a lot to think about. So instead of Battlecrier, 1, 2, 1, 2, we get, well, actually, we can get Battlecrier. Then that'll cost 1, 2. We won't have enough red sources then. This is really... This is melting my brain, dude. Hold on, opponent. Hold on. So, yeah, if we go Battlecrier, double checking the mana base here. I want to get Frostcliff down. Then we'll only have an open green. If we had an open red, then it would be Invasion of Regatha, which would be pretty wild. So I'm going to finally establish Frostcliff Siege. And we're going to give haste. Trample haste, which is no joke. Then we're going to go Invasion of Regatha. And we're going to pop Invasion of Ixalan. Helpful Hunter. Because that's also keeping their hand nice and stocked every time they blink it with the temporary lockdown. Now, Belligerent Regisaur comes down with haste. And then we draw on Dragonclaw because we cast a creature. And a non-creature. And full swing at face. Because we can flip some of these. We could. I don't think so. I don't think we want to take the time to flip them. Let's see what they do. They could double block the Regisaur. They're going to attempt a chump, but the trample's getting through. Maybe they didn't know about the trample, or maybe they wanted to take one less for the turn, or maybe they wanted the Pixie to the grave. I don't know. Could be. Could be any of that. All right, opponent. Bring it on, buddy. Bring it on. This is a good one so far, even though it's completely melting my brain. Very tough. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. We might die this turn, huh? We might die. They got 2 in the air down to 4. If they play another black source and play like 2 Hopeless Nightmares, no, that's probably not even the only path. They also have Sun Pearl bounce this Hopeless Nightmare, play it. Swing. We're down to 2. Ooh, it's a tapped land. That's good news because that means no extra Hopeless Nightmare from the opponent's hand. Well, it still could be a extra Hopeless Nightmare, but... Guys, I think we got there? Oh, no, it takes the... Yeah, well, no, I mean, we have haste on all of our creatures. Yeah. And they're tapped out. Nice. Good game, opponent. I bet the opponent hasn't run into too many battle deck lists, huh? The absolute MVP of this deck. Where the heck are they all? Oh, they're exiled right now. Invasion of Ixalan. Yeah, we just kept getting so much value every time the opponent did that with the temporary lockdown, which is what their deck list is trying to do, period. So, oh, buddy. I mean, sure. We got to do the thing with the main build around. We got to do the teamer thing with big creatures. Got to showcase the battle side of the deck list. I can't ask for a better game. The rest of the matches can go however the heck they want, I guess. All right, it's keepable because Invasion finds us the third, right? I think so. Another Invasion. I guess I'm not mad about it, but we might be in danger here in a second. No, nothing for the opponent's second turn is a little alarming. So if we find an untapped source off the top, so we have our third open with a Thornspire, but I think we just make sure we mana fix for the turn, grab the Thundering Falls, and play another Invasion of Ixalan next turn. How you guys feel about that? Opponent? Opponent? What's going on? What happened? Did they not have any creatures in hand? Oh no, opponent, come back. Let me play it out. Okay, well, that's fine, that's fine. Hey, I'll take the victories. They are very hard to come by. But yeah, I think we had a decent setup. I don't know. I really like that Invasion. Here's the problem, right? With deck lists going so fast, like some of them are so fast, guys, for real. We run into that issue where we need the setup past like that early game. Like we need to get there with this deck list. It's very much mid-range. So yeah, we'll see. We can grab a red source, but then the Verge doesn't power up the green. We can grab a green, but then the rest of our hand is going to struggle a little bit. So this is actually a mulligan, I would say. I know the mana can do much better, so... A couple bivouacs. We probably send the top end. We better keep it, because now at least we're mana fixed. Yeah, I'm going to send the top end, because we're very far from it. I'm also tempted by the Nature's Rhythm, too, but I think we can easily find some mana off the top here. Hey, speaking of which, guys. All right. We'll see if we even get a turn 3, because we have no early removal. All right. Here's our second turn. Again, no early removal. So we'll see if we can get established here. If we went first, then there maybe would have been a chance for Invasion of Regatha to pick up the Heartfire hero. But now Heartfire hero is likely getting a boost. Oh, a second one. Maybe we can pick up the second one at least. They go for plot for the turn 2. Wow. Guys, a couple pretty slow turns as far as mono red goes, I would say. So now we have an option. We could attempt the Temur Battlecrier. If we run right into a lightning strike, though, we're gonna be pretty sad about that, dude. Because especially when we know Demonic Ruckus is coming down on one of these Heartfire heroes next turn. They might actually go into Challenger to see more off the top. Find a Monstrous Rage off the top would be crazy and not unheard of at all. They could also just have protection for one of these Heartfire heroes open this turn. Anything that targets would do it, so... Let's risk it all. I think we're in danger either way because our hand is so slow and it hasn't gotten better as we drew. So we'll see what we can establish with Temur Battlecrier here. And I don't think we're favored against these hyper aggressive deck lists at all. And realistically, with them going first, I'm surprised we're still at 14 life. So we can actually keep Battlecrier around. I think that's our best case scenario. And we'll see what we could do though. Now, we have a free Tyrox next turn too, if we want to think of it that way. They do go for some card draw. They find a mountain, which might not be terrible for them. Okay, Swift Spear. All right, what do you think? What do you guys think? No blocks. Let's see, opponent. What do you got? What do you got? Ah! What is it? Because we obviously, we would have, okay, it's a Burst Lightning. That's not hitting the Battlecrier. That's good news. So if we were risking a Lightning Strike, we'd want to block for sure. That way we'd take a little bit less. Oh dear. We're dead. We tried, guys. We tried. Kind of. I had a lot of risky plays because at that point in the match too, you're usually in so much danger. So wherever we blocked, first of all, they would have dropped the Monstrous Rage there. We couldn't block the Challenger because of the Menace. We only had one creature on the board. If we, the other play, like it was risky to even play the creature over the Invasion to try to pop a mouse, but we found out that they had Monstrous Rage, so I think they would have protected the mouse with the Monstrous Rage, unless that was the draw too. So, oh guys, I promise I thought about the mana base a lot, and tested the mana base a lot too. So I think it can do better than what we're showcasing, but I think we should mulligan. Yeah, if we had Invasion in hand, it would be all fine and dandy, but really, same setup with Fable and Verge. Weird. I don't like this. I don't like this one bit, but I think it's more keepable than the other. So, okay, all right, we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully, we're okay. This is the problem with 3-color mana bases, man. How often is it actually going to hold you up? So we don't have a turn 2 anyways. I'm going to push it as long as possible before popping the Fable because we got to grab a green to have double green. Okay, nice. Oh my goodness. Woo. Okay. Everything's fine, guys. Everything's fine. So now we definitely grab a green source. Oh, hey. Frontier Bivouac. Mirror match, huh? Why was their timer running down? That was weird, right? I was the one taking my time. Of course, okay. Okie dokies. In the grave. Ooh, terror, huh? Alright, so we grab a forest. And then Verge. Frostcliff Siege is kind of no joke, right? Maybe we establish that while they don't have a counterspell open. Probably go haste, but extra card draw could go the extra mile too. I'm going to establish this while they're tapped out, guys. Because against, like, if it's control with terror in there too, I don't know exactly what we're up against, but just having that on the board seems very valuable. Card, of course. Okay. So if we miss mana, we have a hasty Imperiosaur, which is going to be 6 power Imperiosaur. Well, we don't miss the mana. We have it ready for the Invasion of Zendikar next turn. Let's do this, dude. Big damage. Now, untap source off the top, we might have a hasty Agonasaur Rex. Not only getting the boost from the Siege, but the boost from the Imperiosaur. Untap source off the top would be the dream, bro. It would be the dream. So much extra damage. Actually, if they don't play was going to say they need a blocker. Other words, that would be 16 damage, right? So unfortunately, it was a tap source, which I'm actually not mad about, though. Well, now we do have the Invasion of Regatha. We don't need the 6th mana right now. I don't like sending the basic to the grave because that's one less basic to grab with the Invasion of Zendikar, which I was thinking about doing for the turn, but I actually think it's just going to be Invasion of Regatha instead. But Invasion of Regatha can pop the Invasion of Zendikar, and we can swing with that too next turn. I guess that makes a little bit more sense. But we want to swing first and keep the Rexes cycling open. Burst Lightning. Yeah. I mean, we kept it open for a reason. I say it's well worthwhile. Especially since, yeah, we get an extra card here. We get big damage through. We do have a small problem of just battles in hand, but now that we are at 5 mana, Invasion of Ixalan gets popped by the Invasion of Regatha all in the same turn. Oh, Dragonclaw is pretty good too. 4 mana open, we have to anticipate something. I think we just go Invasion of Ixalan, see what they do. Now we grab... I mean another Imperiosaur. It's pretty good. That's pretty good, man. I think we just go the other Imperiosaur, actually, because then if we get them with at least one of these, the invasion might just hit their face. Oh, hey, they tap down both of our creatures. That's pretty good, opponent. If they continue the tempo, we might be in danger. For real. Yeah, as far as mid-range goes, we got a heck of an engine if we can get there, right? But because also, don't forget, Frostcliff Eclipse has that top ability if you choose Jeskai, potentially restock our hand that way. So, yeah, they got big old chunky creatures. That's definitely a problem. I'd love to establish the Dragonclaw, but we are like having a little bit of trouble getting past these guys now. I think it's going to be Invasion of Regatha. I hope that's okay. Instead of 4 to their face, we're going to flip the Invasion of Ixalan. It's also a dino, also getting boosted from the Regisaurs. It also has trample, but more importantly, it has haste. Now, I guess we'll do 1 to the crab, because we can. See, they still have 2 cards in hand, 3 mana open, so it's pretty tricky to decide exactly what to play around here. Because I'm pretty sure it's going to be more removal. So, more tempo or something. But if it's not, look at this board, man. It's going to be this tiny, big enough. Yep, we lose all the creatures. Still getting damaged through, though, and they lose all their creatures, too. So, it's still potentially leaning towards us, but if they keep finding tempo, it's like I said, we might be in a lot of danger if they keep finding tempo. I know more mana off the top right now sounds pretty good, but we still have the Invasion of Zendikar too. We want to ramp that way. Invasion of Ixalan. Find an untapped source, play Dragonclaw. Probably a little better, right? And then establish the Imperiosaur next turn to try to get the rest of the trample damage through. Battlecrier is pretty darn good too. But I think we just want untapped source, like I said. Dude, 5 cards off the top is so much. Come on down, Dragonclaw. Heck yeah, dude. It's a 5/4. You get away from my Dragonclaw, opponent. Hey, there we go. Okay, maybe they were just reading. Maybe they were just reading the Dragonclaw. All right, since they're at 7, they're going to survive the turn. Maybe we take the turn to flip one of these. Probably okay. Let's go with the Prowess, the Invasion of Regatha, because if we see another Regatha, we can flip the Invasion of Ixalan with that. And then that'll still get haste. But if we see an Invasion of Regatha, you can't hit the first Regatha. So we'd rather flip that, get some creatures on the board here, I would say. They have 5 mana. They can get around the ward 1 pretty easily. The problem is, what kind of removal do they have in there? That's the question. Because it is a 7/6. So if it's more burn removal, they're in danger. They let us just hit the Invasion of Regatha. All right. I hope that doesn't mean ill-timed explosion from the opponent, because it could be a big old chunky ill-timed explosion. They do go Burst Lightning, fully kicking it. That was good, opponent. That was pretty good. Now, hopefully this turn, we can get more creatures down. We do have Nature's Rhythm if we want to go X's. We have X's 4. What 4 mana creatures do we have? Man, they got big old chunky creatures too. Both deck lists doing what Temur likes to do, I suppose. This is neat. This is neat. What you got for me, opponent? They know we have Imperiosaur in hand is the thing too. Wow, that's what I'm talking about. That's why we swung at the Invasion of Regatha, for real. Yep, that's good. Let's see if it lands. They still have 5 mana open, so... Well, maybe we should just hit face. No, creature's better. Right, yeah, creature's better. That's a tough decision, though. Because if we would have just landed a couple of these invasions at their face, maybe they would have been gone already. Probably not. Songcrafter Mage. Oh, crap, dude. Oh, that's really good. What a last card to have in hand. We're in danger. We're in danger, man. Big time. So they can tap Otter, make it cast 1 less. So yeah, it doesn't really matter though. They pay the extra ward. Oh, it does matter because they needed that for the extra ward cost then. So we still get the Regisaur, but they bounced the Blackcleave Siege, or Frostcliff Siege. Holy cow, send help. Cards are hard. The names are hard. We need to reestablish this for sure. For sure. And we gain Indestructible on the Regisaur. And then 5/3 swing at the Invasion of Regatha. They have enough blockers. They might as well... Oh, they're going to let it flip. That's great news for us. The biggest issues right now... Let's see. Does Harmonize exiles, right? I don't know right now. Harmonize, then exile this spell. Okay, Seed of Hope. Let's see what they see. They do find a Terror for a big chunky blocker. Dude, this is anyone's game. For real. I can't believe it, man. They do have 4 mana for the Storm Chaser's talent. Grab a... do they have another... They have a Chart, of course. They don't have another This Town Ain't Big Enough. Thank goodness, right? Nahiri's Warcrafting. So without more mana... We have the prowess on this too. If a non-creature source you control would deal damage to a creature, battle, or opponent, it deals that much damage +2 instead. 1 second, opponent. I'm thinking, buddy. Wow. Talk about stuck between rocks in a hard place. If we would have established Invasion of Zendikar, we could have established Etali by now too, probably. Regardless, any of these trades would be pretty good for us. Nature's Rhythm could also be decent. I can't think of the 4 mana... Do we have 4 mana creatures in here? I don't think so. X is 3. Be okay. We don't have Dragonclaw successfully with anything else for the turn. So it might just be Imperiosaur. That gets indestructible. We have this. Warcrafting. Can't hit the ward on the Terror, so we'll pop the Mage. We should have done that first, actually. Because we could have seen stuff off the top. Like Invasion of Regatha, for example, but you can only play this turn, so we might as well go ahead and decline then. All right, full swing, but they have great blocks. 11, they can block 11 of our 18 trampling damage, so they're alive, which is wild stuff, man. Wow, down to 1. What can we pull off here, dude? I know we have hasty cards, but they have card draw. So 2 cards in hand, 4 mana open, chart a course, 2 cards in hand after the discard, 2 mana open. Frostcliff Siege. They go, this town ain't big enough, but now, hey, good game, opponent. Let's wrap it up with the Dragonclaw. Yeah. And I wanted to get the swing in as fast as possible because it looked like the opponent was letting us play it out. So I didn't want to be rude there. But technically, if we needed more damage pushing through, we could have went Invasion of Ixalan on the same turn. And that would have been creature spell and non-creature spell. And then we would have gotten an extra +2 counters. And card draw. Guys, we're 40 minutes in. What a great one to wrap up the video with. We're going to end there for sure. Oh, guys, I didn't bring it up. Hold up. We'll bring up the deck list, then I'll talk about it. Yeah, I think I forgot to mention that, you know, we got that Discord link down in the description, as well as that Patreon link too. If you're interested in joining either of those up or supporting the channel that way, it's an awesome way to support the channel, and it is greatly appreciated. Also, guys, the YouTube side of things, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you drop it a like. And if you enjoyed the channel, consider subscribing because it really does help out the channel. So thank you. I'm supposed to bring that up somewhere in the middle of the video. Sometimes the games are very distracting, and this one was really hard to play, guys. I apologize. A little bit of practice with the deck list, and I think it would have been a bit easier. I'm surprised it was so hard to get to the top end, but that's because Battlecrier is so hard to actually get to stick on the board. So much removal, so easy for the opponents to remove it. This is cool. It's mid-range though, and there's not a lot of ways to survive the early game, which is going to be a complete deal breaker for some players for sure, no matter what. Because I know, it's very frustrating to go up against the mice and they just completely obliterate you in their first 3 turns, right? And then it gets to the point where it's 3 turns in and it's like, okay, they didn't win. That's good. We actually get to see our 3rd turn, but pretty much no matter what, they win next turn, which is why we're seeing just way too much early removal and is super punishing to other creature deck lists too. So I get it, man. I understand completely. But every now and then we got to sit down and we got to try to have some fun. And this is just full on mid-range. We have quite the engine. I'm impressed, man. We get to that mid game and we're putting up a heck of a fight for real. This Frostcliff Siege, which I was struggling to say the name all day because I keep wanting to say a black cliff, which is really funny, right? What land is that right now? I don't remember. I also can't see my keyboard. Black cliff. Is it not? Oh, wait a minute. Who am I? What's going on? Is it not a land? I don't know anymore. Well, either way, Roar of Eshki, deserving of the name. This was cool. Named after the roar of the end of the song in Eshki, of course. Roar of the end of the song didn't really do anything today. That's okay. We'll keep the 2 of. Why not at that point? I don't want to drop them, but if you do want to drop them, go up that early removal. Guys, no matter what, we got to talk about the land. So let me show you. Here. Let's put these over here. Give me some space. This is important because I thought long and hard about this mana base. So let's take the basics out. There they are. Let's look at the split real quick. We're leaning green, got some red, got some blue. Okay. Pretty heavy lean on green, and green's the most important for sure. When we have double green in Imperiosaur, double green in the Hulking Raptor, double green in Agonasaur, double green in Nature's Rhythm, quadruple green in the Harmonize. But more importantly, you guys saw how often this came up. Invasion helping us mana fix. Top 5 cards is a lot of cards. You need the green source early on. Invasion comes down, mana fixes you for the rest of the game, hopefully, right? So that's the concept, and it worked out nicely today. We have mana fixing with Invasion. I would not go up any of these. And as a matter of fact, I could see dropping this Invasion of Zendikar, go up that early removal. Now, every piece of early removal you put in, watch out for the mana colors for sure, and watch out for the mana base because it's very touchy, man. 3-color mana bases are rough business. Okay, number 1, Frontier Bivouac, giving us all 3 colors. Beautiful stuff. It's a tapped land, though. That's why we only got 3 of them. But I could see 4 easily, especially since it's budget friendly. So if you don't have one of the other rares, 4th Bivouac, totally fine. Fabled Passage also. Completely mana fixing us, hopefully, whatever color we need in that game. Most of the time, you're going to grab green. We'll go over why in a second. Now let's look at the verges, and we're going to look at the verges as though they just tap for the top mana first. So we're going to pretend this verge only taps for blue. We're going to pretend this verge only taps for red. Okay, so we split that up, and we look at this. We have 4 green, 5 red, 5 blue. But as you guys know, verge isn't just going to tap for those. So once you have a forest on the board, verge is going to tap for that bottom forest. The Willowrush Verge is going to tap for that bottom forest as well, right? Now, if you see an island, of course, the Willowrush Verge powers up. If you see a mountain, of course, the Thornspire Verge powers up. But then Commercial District, being a mountain and a forest, powers up both Verge. The Thundering Falls, being island and mountain, powers up both Verge, right? So we got 2 of each of those. Again, tap land. So we don't want too many, but, you know, because tap land does slow down the game a little bit. So there's actually not too many tap land after our 4th or after our 3rd land, Fable being the 4th or something. It's just going to be excellent mana fixing at an untapped rate. So, okay. So I talked about the mana, but did I explain that well enough? It kind of makes sense when you look at it like this. So all the districts powering up all the verge, all the Fabled Passage, hopefully powering up the verge that we need to power up in that game. And then, yeah, we still have the lean towards green regardless. So does it make sense? Again, there's the split. I think it makes sense. Hopefully I went over that well enough. I gave it some serious thought. As a matter of fact, a lot of the mana base was being pieced together before a lot of the deck list. I had to base it off of that too. So yeah. Hopefully I landed on something. Enough rambling about the mana base, though. What else about the deck list? Thoroughly impressed with the dinosaur side of things. Imperiosaur and the Hulking Raptor was fine, I guess, but Agonasaur Rex, the cycling came in handy. Too bad we didn't see that top end Etali. You could drop this down to 1, go up more early removal. What I would do if you're going up more early removal, guys, is every time you drop a card, consider going up removal that's the same color, so that way you don't have to worry about changing the mana base, because again, they're very, very touchy. And guys, I'm talking like you're going to build this deck, put it on the do not craft list. If you're going to put it together, base it on your collection completely, because there's a lot of rares in here and a decent chunk of mythics too, right? Let's do some sorting real quick. Invasion of Ixalan's rare, and have you seen it anywhere? No. I don't know. I haven't seen the opponents play with Invasion of Ixalan for a very, very long time. But boy, it was an MVP today, huh? Imperiosaur's rare. Nature's Rhythm's rare. Battlecrier's rare. Frostcliff Siege. What an MVP today. That's rare. Warcrafting's rare. Dragonclaw's rare. I love that we got to do the thing with this today. Remember, guys, this was a suggestion in the comments to try out Eshki Dragonclaw, and this is the list I landed on. Thank you again for the suggestion. It was a very fun time. Hulking Raptor is also rare. Roar of the Endless Song is also rare. Agonasaur Rex is also rare. We have Etali as a rare. Look at this line of rares, guys. Holy cow. Then we have the Ureni, the Song Unending, as a mythic. Don't even get me started on the mana base, because the mana base is a whole bunch of rares as well. So, oh, buddy, it is not budget friendly at all. Again, put it on the do not craft list, guys. If you have all the cards, I guess it'll be a fun time, but not if you're up against a lot of mice either. So you're going to have to do some rearranging there, do some trading out for some early removal, I guess. This time around, I just focused on fully leaning into the mid-range, and it kind of worked out. It was fun. It was nice. Okay, guys, I think that's everything. If you made it this far into the video for real, y'all are champions. Let me know in the comments what just your thoughts in general. What would you add or take out? Do you think I landed on something decent with the mana base? We had to do some mulligans today, so maybe I didn't. But again, I did a lot of testing with the mana base too, so hopefully I landed on something good. All right, I think that's it. Enough rambling, huh? Again, thanks for being here. Y'all are champions. I will see you in the next video.